bit of rootsy rock and roll and an open G tuning with slide guitar. Makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? Makes you happy. Welcome to Dunsy's Guitar World. Does what it says on the sign. So what guitar are we looking at today, Dunsy? Well, today I have something a little bit special. This CoolZ Les Paul Special. I think it's a CoolZ ZLJ-10 single cut 2P90 Les Paul. Beautiful guitar. Very impressed with this. I mean, I don't want to spoil the surprise here, but I'm very impressed with this guitar. And by the way, it's very sunny here in Edinburgh today. Very sunny. So my apologies for any poor camera work. Great guitar. CoolZ from 2014. Made in Japan by Fujigen. Made at the Fujigen Factory for Shimamura music retail stores. Exclusive to Japan. Very well made guitar. So in this video today, I mean, I'm not going to do a lot of I'm not doing any heavy metal today, folks. So let's get out of the way first. If you're only here for the metal, you better tune out now. Doing most of the classic tones, I'm playing some clean. I know, clean, playing some clean tones. And some slide guitar. Now I will say, I am no Raikuda. But I did what I could. Open G tuning and slide guitar. So let's look at this guitar in the catalogue. So it's got full size pots. Like I said in the other CoolZ video, I had read online, now has to be said, you cannot believe everything you read on the internet. But these may well be made in Japan. Of course, it says made in Japan on the back of it. But the electronics, somebody thought they may be Korean or something like that, but the full size pots, full size alpha pots, work very well. 3-way tone. Now, this is different from the early Les Paul specials. In fact, let's have a brief history of the Les Paul special. So Gibson introduced this single cut special in 1955 and made them in that configuration till 1958. These are 55, a 1956, a 57 and a 58. Then they were reissued in 1974 called the Les Paul 55 Special Limited Edition. I do like the look of these with the sunburst colours. All the earlier ones were just the TV yellow colour. So you'll notice the difference in this one, it has bridge and tailpiece, separate bridge and tailpiece. The earlier ones, Gibson ones from 55 to 58, just had the wraparound tailpiece. Now Gibson later on did a version in the 90s with this configuration. In fact, let's look at some famous Les Paul Special players. Now who used Les Paul Specials on stage? Johnny Thunders, famous for playing a Les Paul Jr. of course. He used a special, in fact he's on the cover of the second Dogs album, Too Much Too Soon, playing his special. And that's probably the first time I ever saw a Les Paul Special on the cover of that album. Here's the Dolls on the Midnight Special, doing a quick clip of Personality Crisis. Here's Ronnie Wood on stage with the Stones, playing a Les Paul Special. Bob Marley and his highly customised Les Paul Special. And Billy Corgan using a newer one, I think this is a 94 Gibson Les Paul Special. There's Billy Corgan with his 90s Les Paul Special with the separate bridge and tailpiece, which I must say I kind of prefer. There's better intonation to be had. In fact, I think I've only got two guitars with a wraparound tailpiece. Even my 60s melody makers have both got separate bridge and tailpiece. So it's a nice feeling neck on this, it's quite big. Let's look at the nut width and the width at the 12th fret. And it's not an overly heavy guitar either. It feels very, very comfortable. I mean, it's a full sort of thickness, Les Paul Special. It's not thinner than the Gibson ones. It's nice. Anyway, let's look at the weight. Very comfortable to play. Very comfortable over your shoulder as well. If you've got a bad back like me, if you've got an old back, you don't want a big heavy guitar like my £11 70s Les Paul Standard. Nice guitar. This, the CoolZ ZLJ-10 in TVL. It's a beautiful colour this year. I mean, I don't know if you can see it because of the sun here, but let's have a closer look and I'll play some clean music in the background. Now, like the other CoolZ review I did of the standard here, look how bright that sun is. Look, you can hardly see me now. The sun is so bright. Beautiful day in Scotland today, ladies and gentlemen. Another beautiful day for Scotland. So yes, like the review I did for this guitar, these are incredible value. I mean, I think because they're made for a music chain, maybe people don't know much about them, or maybe they don't want to go anywhere near them because they think it's maybe some sort of just cheap shop brand. It's not easy for me to say a cheap shop brand, but they're really well made instruments and they sound great. impressive guitar. It's funny, you know, I bought 3 guitars, 3 Japanese Les Pauls. And sometimes, you know, if you buy a guitar, if you buy guitars in batches, buy 3, maybe one's really good, one's okay, and one, you know, you immediately move on because you think, you know, I don't like the neck, I don't like the sound, I don't like the feel of it. But these 3, the two CoolZs and the Greco Les Paul Deluxe, fantastic guitars. So pleased I got all 3 of these. In fact, if I have to get rid of one, I wouldn't know which one to get rid of because they're all really good. So folks, thank you once again for tuning in to Dunsy's Guitar World. It's a privilege and a pleasure. I will play you out with a piece of music I put together with all the sounds from this CoolZ Les Paul special, played through my new, if you can see it, my new electronic gizmo, which I traded with my mate Mike, my Kemper. It sounds brilliant. I'm going to do a full video on upgrading to the Kemper from the Nux MG300 and stuff like that. I mean, it's so much better. I mean, it's so much more expensive. Anyway, on with the show. I do hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, folks. Cheers for now.